When the universe tests your patience, it is not random. It is not punishment. It is not delay for the sake of delay. It is refinement. It is alignment. It is preparation. Patience is the classroom where trust is taught. Patience is the mirror where your inner state is revealed. Patience is the fire that burns away the illusion of control, leaving only clarity. Most people misunderstand patience. They confuse it with passivity. They think patience means doing nothing, saying nothing, expecting nothing. But patience is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is the ability to stand in the present moment, steady, clear, grounded, while everything outside tempts you to collapse. Patience is not silence born of weakness. It is silence born of strength. It is not resignation. It is recognition. It is not indifference. It is alignment. The universe tests your patience to show you what you cannot yet hold. To show you where your trust wavers. To show you what illusions you still cling to. Not to shame you, but to grow you. Delays are not denials. Silence is not rejection. Waiting is not abandonment. Waiting is gestation. A delay is an unseen synchronization. A silence is a hidden alignment. What feels like distance is often the universe weaving together threads you cannot see. The ego hates this. The ego wants everything now. The ego equates speed with success, pace with power. The ego does not understand gestation. The ego does not trust invisible timing. The soul does. The soul understands that everything real requires space. That every seed requires darkness before light. That every birth requires silence before sound. When the universe tests your patience, it is stretching your capacity to trust. Trust that what you have asked for is not forgotten. Trust that what you have aligned with is already becoming. Trust that the silence is not empty, but sacred. Patience reveals your relationship with time. Do you see time as your enemy, constantly slipping through your fingers? Do you see time as your prison, keeping you away from what you desire? Or do you see time as your teacher, unfolding precisely what you need when you are ready to receive it? Impatience declares lack. It says, now is not enough. I am not enough. Life is not enough. Patience declares fullness. It says, now is whole. I am whole. Life is whole. This is the paradox. The moment you stop demanding that the future arrive, you become aligned with the frequency of the future itself. The moment you release the grip of impatience, the very thing you seek begins to move closer. Because impatience is resistance, and resistance creates distance. But patience is presence, and presence creates alignment. The universe tests your patience to show you this truth. That rushing creates fragmentation. That waiting creates coherence. That surrender is the bridge between desire and manifestation. Think of a seed. If you dig it up every day to check whether it has sprouted, you disrupt its growth. If you flood it with water in desperation, you drown it. But if you water it steadily and trust the unseen, it grows in silence until it breaks through the soil. Your desires are the same. They grow in silence. They take root in the unseen. And patience is the soil that allows them to rise. The universe tests your patience not to see if you will fail, but to show you that you cannot fail when you are aligned. The only failure is abandoning your frequency before the harvest. The only loss is leaving the field before the seed blooms. Patience is not waiting for life to change. Patience is changing while life rearranges. It is not holding your breath until something happens. It is breathing fully because you know it already has. When the universe tests your patience, it is asking you, can you trust the process more than your preference? Can you hold your vibrations steady even when results are not visible? Can you embody completion before evidence appears? These tests are not punishment. They are invitations. Invitations into deeper trust. Invitations into fuller presence. invitations into truer alignment. Every delay is an initiation. Every pause is a portal. Every silence is a sacred teacher. The ego calls it waiting. The soul calls it becoming. Patience is not passive. It is active trust. It is active alignment. It is active embodiment. The more you resist the weight, the heavier it feels. The more you accept it, the lighter you become. This is why impatience exhausts you, but patience strengthens you. Patience nourishes the soul because it aligns you with the rhythm of reality. The universe moves in rhythm, not in rush, not in chaos. In rhythm, patience teaches you to hear that rhythm, to move with it, to trust it, to live by it. The test of patience is always a test of trust. Do you trust the unseen? Do you trust yourself? Do you trust the timing of life? Because when you do, waiting is no longer waiting. It is becoming. It is receiving. It is awakening. Patience is the bridge between the seen and the unseen. It is the narrow passage that every desire must cross. No manifestation arrives without first walking through the silence of patience. And yet, this silence feels unbearable to the ego. Because the ego feeds on certainty. The ego craves proof. The ego wants guarantees before it relaxes. But life gives no guarantees. Life gives invitations. It whispers, trust before you see. Relax before you know. Surrender before it is clear. The test of patience is the test of whether you will collapse into fear or rise into trust. And in every moment you choose. Impatience tightens. Patience loosens. Impatience blocks. Patience opens. Impatience resists. Patience aligns. Every time you demand that reality move faster, you are declaring that it is not enough as it is. Every time you soften into patience, you are declaring that everything is already whole. The truth is, the universe is never late. It is never behind schedule. It is never forgetting you. It is always exact. Always precise. Always unfolding in rhythm with your readiness. The universe is not testing you to break you. It is testing you to reveal you. To reveal where you hold tension. To reveal where you cling to outcomes. To reveal where your trust is shallow. Because real trust is not proven when things happen quickly. Anyone can trust when evidence is immediate. Real trust is proven in the silence. Real trust is revealed in the delay. Real trust is embodied when nothing visible changes, but you remain steady. Patience is not about waiting for something to come. It is about aligning so deeply with truth that you realize it is already here. When you learn patience, you stop bargaining with time. You stop begging the future to arrive. You stop negotiating with the present. You realize the gift is not what is coming. The gift is who you become in the waiting. The waiting polishes you. The waiting humbles you. The waiting clears you. The waiting strengthens you. Every pause is purposeful. Every delay is divine. Every silence is sacred. This is why impatience feels so painful. Because impatience is fighting reality itself. It is insisting that what is wrong. It is resisting the very lesson meant to set you free. But patience is surrender. And surrender is freedom. Surrender is not giving up. It is giving in to truth. It is laying down the illusion of control. The universe tests your patience because impatience cannot carry the weight of what you asked for. Impatience is fragile. It breaks under pressure. But patience is strong. It is the container that can hold abundance. If you receive too soon, you collapse. If you receive too small, you settle. So the universe stretches you. It stretches your trust. It stretches your capacity. It stretches your alignment. So that when what you asked for arrives, you can hold it. The ego thinks waiting is wasted time. But waiting is sacred time. It is the furnace where your old self dissolves and your new self emerges. It is the stillness where your nervous system learns to stop reaching and start resting. It is the pause where your frequency stabilizes. Without this stabilization, what you want would slip through your fingers. Not because you are unworthy, but because you are unready. And readiness is not about external preparation. It is about internal coherence. Patience is the teacher of coherence. It teaches your mind to stop racing. It teaches your heart to stop doubting. It teaches your energy to stop leaking. It teaches your body to stop bracing. And when you are coherent, life can flow through you without resistance. Your desire can meet you without distortion. Your timing can unfold without interference. This is why the most powerful people are the most patient. They are not rushing because they know nothing real can be rushed. They are not begging because they know nothing aligned can be forced. They are not doubting because they know nothing destined can be lost. Patience is not weakness. It is the deepest strength. It is the strength to wait without collapsing, to trust without proof, to breathe without certainty. This is why the universe tests your patience again and again, because every test is a chance to deepen your trust. Every delay is a chance to anchor your alignment. Every silence is a chance to discover that you are already whole. The irony is, when you no longer demand that life change, life changes. When you no longer insist that it arrive, it arrives. When you no longer chase, it comes. Because your energy is finally coherent. Because your presence is finally aligned. Because your vibration is finally clear. Patience is the collapse of contradiction. It is the end of mixed signals. It is the state where your desire and your trust meet in harmony. This is why impatience delays manifestation. Because impatience says, I want it but I don't trust it. And the universe always reflects what you truly embody. But patience says, I trust it because it already is. And so reality bends to meet that frequency. So when the universe tests your patience, remember, it is not blocking you. It is building you. It is not punishing you. It is preparing you. It is not denying you. It is delivering you. The test is the gift. The silence is the teaching. The delay is the alignment. And when you see it this way, patience is no longer suffering. It is devotion. It is no longer heaviness. It is holiness. It is no longer waiting. It is awakening. Patience is not passive. It is not waiting idly for life to change. It is an active, deliberate state of presence. A discipline of the mind and a cultivation of the heart. When the universe places you in a season of waiting, it is not asking you to abandon your power. It is asking you to learn how to hold your power differently. Not through force, not through control, but through trust. Waiting is heavy. The longer the delay, the more it feels like a burden you are forced to carry. But within this heaviness, there is a refinement taking place. Think about it. A seed does not sprout the day after it is planted. It goes through a hidden, silent process beneath the soil. There is no evidence that anything is happening. To the eye, it looks like nothing is changing. But inside, life is forming. Roots are reaching, foundations are being created. The universe teaches patience in the same way. You may not see visible results. You may even doubt if anything is happening at all. But beneath the surface of your experience, growth is taking place. The foundation of who you are becoming is being laid. The unseen always comes before the seen. One of the greatest reasons patience feels painful is because it confronts your need for control. Control is the ego's way of creating safety. If you can manage every detail, you feel secure. But when the universe delays your progress, you are forced to face the truth. Not everything is within your hands. And this is not punishment. It is liberation. Because control is a cage. It ties your peace to outcomes that are never guaranteed. Patience breaks that illusion. It reminds you that life cannot be forced into your timeline. That peace is not found in controlling everything, but in trusting that what is meant for you will arrive at its right time. The lesson is not easy. The ego resists it, but once you embrace it, you realize how freeing it is to live without constantly needing to grasp and manage what was never yours to control. We live in a culture that glorifies speed. Faster is always better. Quick results, instant success, immediate answers. But the universe operates in rhythm, not in haste. It knows the value of slowness. Slowness teaches depth. It allows experiences to settle into your bones rather than skim across the surface of your life. When you are forced to move slowly, you notice more. You feel more. You engage more deeply with what is right here, instead of rushing toward what is next. The trials of waiting gift you with slowness. They teach you to savor the present moment instead of escaping into the future. They show you that meaning is not only found in reaching your destination, but in the way you walk the path. Stillness is another gift hidden within trials of patience. To the restless mind, stillness feels unbearable. But to the awakened spirit, stillness is power. When you are forced to stop, when progress seems delayed, when nothing seems to move, that is when you have the opportunity to connect with yourself most deeply. Stillness removes the noise. It strips away the distractions. It forces you to sit with who you are without external validation. And from this stillness, clarity arises. Stillness does not mean weakness. It is not stagnation. It is strength, because it shows you that you can be enough even without constant motion. It is tempting to see delays as denial. To believe that because something has not happened yet, it never will. But patience teaches you that delay does not mean rejection. Often, the universe withholds because the timing is not aligned. Because your readiness is not complete. Because the environment around you is not yet prepared to support what you are asking for. If everything you wanted arrived the moment you desired it, most of it would collapse under unprepared hands. Patience is the universe's way of protecting you from premature success, from blessings you are not yet ready to hold. It is not cruelty. It is mercy. And when what you desire does arrive, you will know why it took so long. You will see how every delay was preparation. You will understand that what felt like waiting was actually shaping. There is a rhythm to life that cannot be rushed. The universe moves in cycles: birth, growth, decay, renewal. Nothing escapes this pattern. Your own journey flows the same way. Impatience comes when you want to skip a cycle. When you want to harvest before you've planted. When you want summer in the middle of winter. But the cycles exist for a reason. Every season teaches what the next cannot. Patience is your willingness to honor these cycles. To trust that what is for you will not pass you by. To allow the rhythm of the universe to move you instead of trying to outrun it. At the heart of patience is surrender. Not the kind that makes you powerless, but the kind that sets you free. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means releasing the illusion that you must force everything into being. It means choosing to flow with life rather than fight against it. When you surrender, you stop resisting what is. You stop demanding that life conform to your expectations. And in that release, you find peace. Patience becomes lighter when it is grounded in surrender. Because you are no longer waiting for something specific to happen. You are simply present, open, and trusting in the unfolding. Waiting transforms you. It sharpens your character, humbles your ego, strengthens your faith. It breaks the false timelines you have created for yourself and teaches you to live in alignment with life's rhythm. The universe does not test your patience to break you. It does so to make you more spacious, more grounded, more resilient. Every trial of waiting is a form of alchemy, turning frustration into wisdom, resistance into acceptance, longing into peace. This is why patience is not just endurance. It is a sacred teacher. It is how the universe refines your spirit so that when the blessings you seek finally arrive, you can hold them with both wisdom and gratitude. Patience is not something you are born with fully developed. It is cultivated through life, through experience, through trials that stretch you beyond your comfort. Every delay, every setback, every unanswered question is part of this cultivation. Maturity is not measured by how quickly you achieve results. It is measured by how you handle the seasons of waiting. The child in us demands instant gratification. The soul in us knows that growth requires time. When the universe tests your patience, it is offering you the opportunity to mature into your highest self. Not through force, not through achievement, but through the quiet strength of presence, surrender, and trust. Impatience is a restless energy. It pushes, it grasps, it resists the present moment because it only values the future. And yet, impatience drains you more than it drives you. It makes every day feel incomplete, every moment insufficient, every step lacking. Notice what impatience does to your body. The tension, the shallow breath, the clenched jaw. Impatience is a contraction, a refusal to allow life to unfold. Patience, on the other hand, is expansion. It opens your body. It calms your breath. It allows your energy to flow in alignment with what is. This is why the universe creates conditions that test you. Not to frustrate you, but to reveal where you are still contracted. To show you the places in your life where you are holding on too tightly. Patience is the remedy. It loosens the grip and allows life to move again. One of the most challenging aspects of patience is uncertainty. Not knowing when, not knowing how, not knowing if. The mind craves certainty. It wants to predict, to plan, to guarantee outcomes. But the soul grows in the unknown. Uncertainty is not emptiness. It is space. It is potential. It is the fertile ground where all possibilities exist. When the universe holds you in uncertainty, it is not abandoning you. It is inviting you to rest in the vastness of possibility, to stop narrowing your vision to one fixed outcome, and to trust that life knows what you need even better than you do. Patience is how you learn to breathe in uncertainty without losing yourself. Think about music. Without pauses, without rests, without silence between the notes, there would be no song. The beauty of the melody is shaped by what is not played. The same is true in life. The silence between what you ask for and what you receive is not wasted space. It is part of the music. It shapes you, prepares you, and gives meaning to what comes next. Patience allows you to honor these silences. To see that the gaps are not empty but filled with invisible design. That waiting is not void but creation in progress. There is a surface-level patience, the kind where you simply endure and count the days until things change. And then there is deep patience, the kind where you use the waiting to transform yourself. Deep patience asks you to reflect, to heal, to realign. It is not just about waiting for external change but about becoming the person who is ready for that change. Sometimes the reason the universe delays is because there is inner work to do first. Wounds to heal. Lessons to embody. Strength to build. If the external blessing arrived before the internal alignment, it would not last. So the universe slows you down. Not to punish, but to give you the gift of depth. To help you meet yourself more honestly and prepare for what's coming with a stronger foundation. Everything in life has a natural timing. A fruit ripens only when it is ready. A flower blooms only when the season supports it. If you try to force it, you ruin the process. The same is true for your life. What is meant for you will not arrive late. It will not pass you by. It will come in its right season, when both you and the world are aligned to hold it. Patience is trusting this timing. It is the refusal to rush what needs more time and the refusal to abandon what is meant for you. It is a quiet confidence that life's rhythm is wiser than your impatience. Every trial of patience feels heavy in the moment. But look back at your life, the moments that stretched you, the seasons that delayed you. You can see now how they shaped you, how they forced you to develop qualities you would not have otherwise. Resilience, clarity, humility, wisdom. These are gifts you carry with you forever. And they came not from the easy seasons but from the ones that tested you. The universe tests your patience not to take something away but to give you more than you knew you needed. Patience is not only about waiting for external blessings. It is about becoming the kind of person who can hold those blessings with gratitude, wisdom, and strength. Patience is not learned once and mastered forever. It is a daily practice. Every time life feels slower than you want, every time results take longer, every time answers are delayed, that is your practice. You practice by breathing deeply instead of resisting. You practice by being present instead of escaping into the future. You practice by trusting instead of forcing. Over time, patience becomes less about effort and more about being. It becomes your natural state, your way of moving through the world. You no longer demand that life run on your clock. You walk in alignment with life's rhythm. When the universe tests your patience, it is giving you the final and greatest gift, peace. Not the peace that comes from everything going your way. Not the fragile peace that depends on perfect timing. But the deep peace that remains no matter what. Patience anchors you. It reminds you that you are not defined by delay. That your worth is not diminished by waiting. That your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. With patience, you live not in resistance but in harmony. You stop fighting life and begin flowing with it. And in that flow, you discover a freedom greater than any outcome could give you. Because patience is not just about waiting for what you want. It is about realizing that who you are becoming in the waiting is the true gift.